Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm finally going to be bringing you my foundation review from Morphe, and this is a foundation review that is not sponsored because I am not sponsored by them. This is my honest opinion. I am so ready to try this foundation, and yeah, I'm kind of late to the boat wagon just because I'm always late, like what, but I finally got my hands on the Morphe foundation and the concealer. I ordered mine from Ulta, and I'm actually really excited to try this on my face and wear. I'm going to be doing a wear test and just bringing you guys along with me, kind of like what I did with like the L'Oreal foundation. I hope you guys are loving that. It would be down in the description box if you guys do want to check it out. For anybody that is new, my hair is like everywhere, but for anybody that is new, hi, my name is Susie Malesio, and I love doing videos for you guys, whether it's makeup reviews, foundation reviews, makeup tutorials, hauls, vlogs, etc. So if you are new, I would love for you guys to click the subscribe button and join over here. So without further ado, let's get started with this foundation review. Alright, so I'm first going to start off with the foundation. This is the packaging, like the outside packaging of the foundation, and this is how it looks like. So I kind of love how it gives you like a little preview of like the color. Now this is the shade F1.60, and as you can see, it looks really pale. But once you open the bottle, or like the packaging, you get this squeezy tube, and this looks more like my skin color. So right off the bat, for me personally, I think that this kind of is like a misleading. It looks really pale compared to the bottle. So if you are looking at it in like face to face, like in person, like in the Morphe store, please just open just in case. So I do want to say that for me, my experience while ordering this foundation, it was kind of tricky just because there's so much undertones, which is great, you know. A lot of people were saying that that was actually it was like way too much to deal with. We have like olive undertones, warm, cool, neutral undertones, and there's 5 categories. There's light, medium, tan, and rich and deep. So there are 60 shades in this foundation. This foundation costs $18, and there is 1 fluid ounce, which is usually what you get in a foundation. The packaging itself reminds me so much of the L'Oreal Pro Glow and the Pro Matte foundation. No, it's the Maybelline one. Is it? And you guys know what I'm talking about. And yeah, so literally it's the same thing, but it's Morphe. To be honest, my first like thoughts when I saw that they were coming out with a foundation, I thought the packaging was going to be a little bit better. But you guys keep in mind that if the packaging is more like fancier and stuff like that, it's going to be more pricey. There's $18. I think this is an okay price for the drugstore. I don't know. I do consider Morphe to be from the drugstore, so that's like another thing that they're kind of iffy, because they're like, no, they're not from the drugstore. Yeah, they're from the drugstore. So honestly, I'm just going to give you guys my honest thoughts about this foundation for the whole day. Priming today, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And I've been loving this putty primer. You guys already know. It definitely mattifies my pores that I have, but it doesn't make my skin feel dry. So I'm already moisturized. I'm just going to start priming. This foundation is a 24-hour long wear, sweat-proof, transfer resistant, water resistant, oil-free of fragrance, and great for all skin types. I've heard that this foundation though is very matte, so I don't know how it's going to be working out for my dry skin girls, but this is where the true tea comes out, okay? So I'm going to shake it up real good with a sponge, just because I don't like using brushes with my foundation. This is how the foundation looks like. Oh, I have to take that off. That's for my brows. But it is a little bit runny, not as much, which if it's not runny, it's usually because it's really high coverage, like a full coverage. This foundation does claim to be a very full coverage matte foundation. Ooh, okay, so far I think I did okay with the shade match. What do you guys think? So I'm going to do one side first, just because I don't know how like drying this is. Wow. Oh my god, my bracelet, because of my Pandora bracelets, like the charms are actually really annoying when I blend out my foundation. But oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna try to dim the lights a little bit so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about with this coverage. Right away though, the only thing that I do notice is that it feels kind of heavy. It feels heavy on the skin. So with a lot of full coverage foundations, that is perfectly normal because it's so thick. But it's not like a really thick feel. I just do feel like I'm wearing foundation on my skin. It looks really, really pretty so far though. I can tell you guys that. Really nice. So this is how it looks like, just one side. You guys can still see. To be honest, I don't know if it's my primer, but I do still kind of look a little dewy within. Okay, so I literally just let this sit on my forehead for like, what, 3 seconds? And it's already like really drying up. So you have to definitely work super fast with this foundation. It's 11:48. It's still early. And we say in my foundation reviews too that I have this little beauty mark right here. I'm going to add a little bit more because it was not covered. Usually that's when you can tell like how full coverage this is. So it is full coverage, but it can be more full coverage. Feel wise, I definitely feel like I am wearing foundation. Just letting you guys know, like I am wearing something on my face. It's nothing like natural or anything. And look wise, I do feel like I do look like I'm wearing foundation. I'm kind of scared because it's kind of looking a little cakey, and I just applied this on, so oh goodness, we'll see how it applies. Remember guys, my skin is not perfect, so please do not judge. So this is how it looks like right now. I haven't set it, I haven't done anything to it, no, nothing. Just quickly, you know, apply this on. I think the foundation, it looks really good. It just feels heavy. So I'm going to apply the concealer, and for the concealer I'm going to be using the shade C1.35, and once again this is like the packaging, and once I open it it's going to just look like a concealer, but I actually do like their packaging. It says Morphe and it has like a paint like that, and yeah, so this one costs $9, I believe. Yes, $9, and there is 31 colors, so that is also a really great thing. This one is a 16-hour wear, sweat-proof, transfer-resistant, water, and free of fragrance. Quickly, I do want to say, whenever I was applying the foundation, you can definitely smell that there is like a smell of paint, and the foundation claimed to be fragrance-free. Same with the concealer. There's like such a strong smell of paint. So just keep that in mind, that if you are like kind of like sensitive to fragrance, this does have a very strong fragrance to the like smell. It kind of reminds me of the Wet n Wild foundation. This concealer, right away that I am applying it, it feels like I'm dragging my own skin while applying this concealer. So that's not a good thing, because that means that it's gonna be really cakey under my eye. It doesn't feel like my ColourPop or my Makeup Revolution concealer that's really creamy. I'm going to blend this out real quick, guys. So the color seems like it's like my regular skin color. So I could have gone like a lighter or two shades lighter. Mind you, this is the third lighter shade, so I probably even could have gone with the white one, I'm guessing. Apply like something on your face and you feel like you can't move your like skin. Like, does that make sense? I feel like it's like literally like put on my skin, like it didn't sink in. Is that like a good understanding? Like, do you guys understand me? I hope you guys do, because I suck at explaining. But so the concealer feels dry under my eyes. It definitely feels dry. Kind of just sunk into my fine lines. So I do have fine lines, but they kind of don't sink within like 2 seconds that I apply the concealer with any other concealer. So that's it so far for my review. I'm gonna blend this in and then I'm gonna set it, and I'm gonna do my rest of my face. I'm gonna set it with my Milani Make It Last. Okay, babe, so my skin, let's talk about my skin first, like the foundation. My foundation looks good. It looks actually really, really good. Already though, I just want to say that my nose area gives me like the most problems area ever. So it's always like peeling off, or it's like rubbing off, or it looks patchy. Like, that's just my nose. I don't know what I can do about it. If you guys have any recommendations about that, let me know. But my nose area is a little patchy, like splotty. I don't know if it's because I kind of fixed it. Never mind. I guess I just needed to blend it out a little more. But over that, like, my foundation looks so good. It looks very matte, I can tell you guys for sure. It also feels still like I'm wearing makeup. But it doesn't feel like heavy on the skin, or it doesn't look cakey so far. Second, talk about the concealer. The concealer, I don't like it. I feel like I already don't like it. It definitely emphasized more my fine lines under my under my under eye. So I'm gonna try to zoom you guys in a tiny bit so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Usually, because I said it, it helps, like, it prevents it a little bit, but this is like, no girl, like creased. Like, I'm gonna zoom you guys in. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Like right here and right here. Usually that never happens until like 5 hours. This is like super, do you see that? Super creased up. So I do want to say, I can't even see because of the sun. I do want to say quickly that I did notice that it was starting to crease up a little bit right here. And it really does look like I am wearing makeup. It's starting to look really cakey. And my skin is starting to appear texture that I didn't even know I had texture. No, I'm kidding, but it's starting to emphasize definitely my texture that with a lot of foundations does not do that clearly. So, and it's only 12:34, so that's only a couple minutes, literally. It's like right here. It is currently 3:24, and I think the lady behind on this side is looking. Is she? Oh. And I am feeling oily already. Okay, so I have like a little clean napkin, and I'm going to just dab my face. My oiliness is usually my T-zone, but barely. I'm telling you guys. Okay, go. Right here on my nose, I am oily. On the side of my noses, side of my nose. And then my crease still is like still emphasized. Wait, we're gonna get copyrighted with the music in the back. You know the one time I vlogged? Look at it. Do you guys see that? The one time that we vlogged, babe, that you recorded me at the elf store, I got copyrighted. How is YouTube gonna think that? Oh my god, ew. I don't know. Do you guys see that? Okay, now that I like kind of like spotted, I never do this. Never. I never have to like go in, like, especially within like 4 hours of me wearing this foundation, like any foundation. Like, I don't have to ever like go in until like en la noche, like until night. Babe, how do you think I look? Be honest.
Beautiful, like always.
No, I meant foundation.
Look weirdly. I don't like that foundation. I like the other one you used.
Does it look like I'm wearing makeup? And I definitely think it oxidized a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell, right?
A little bit. I think it's time for the main foundation.
So we're just gonna continue with our day. We're gonna go out to eat, get some food, and I'll be back within a couple hours to show you guys how this looks. Okay, babes, where do I start? It's been a day, literally. It's been a long day. It is currently, I'll give you a time in a second. I need to put my hair up. My hair is pissing me off. Okay. I'll kind of make it still a little cute. Okay, so it is currently 11:17 at night. So you guys will think I'm lying. I've been wearing this foundation since, I think I said 12 or like 11. Yeah, so almost like for the whole 12 hours. And I have a lot to say, especially because it claims to be a 24-hour foundation, transfer proof and all that, you know, stuff. And all I have to say is no. First of all, I look greasy as anything. I did touch up, as you guys saw earlier within this vlog. I did touch up one time just because I was like, I felt so greasy. Like I felt like a grease ball, like literally. So I had to definitely touch up in the car. Second of all, right now, for the most part, I don't wear my foundation for this long. Sometimes there is like special occasions where I do have to wear it from like the AM to like the night, but that's rarely, and that's when I know what foundation to wear for that such period of long time. This one is definitely not the way to go. Not the way to go when it comes to that. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you guys can see I have not touched up once, and yeah, well, you guys will see. You guys can already tell how bad this foundation looks on my nose. Look at this. I am a grease ball. And it's like super patchy. My lashes are coming off, so please excuse that mess. But what I'm trying to say is it looks so greasy, and it feels like I'm wearing makeup. Like, do you guys see that, like the shine within my fingers? Alright, so I'm going to take a clean wipe. Gonna dab it. Oh. Me patting my face feels so much better. But all I have to say is that I don't like this foundation for a very long day. If you want to wear this foundation, I feel like it's more for just like 3 hours, 4 hours, which, I mean, I don't know if you guys would want to wear the foundation for such a short period of time. But what I'm trying to say is that it is super for coverage. I love the coverage, and I liked how it wore just within like the first 3-4 hours. But once it hit like the 5 hours, I'm like, okay, no, I'm starting to feel oily. Okay, no, it's starting to feel cakey and look cakey around my nose and around like my chin area is also cracking. Probably gonna try this out more with maybe a more mattifying foundation. The only problem is that in the beginning it does feel very matte, but within the day, I'm telling you, it turns into like an oily foundation. So I don't know how to even like work with it. I don't know if it's because I didn't get the primer that they recommended it with, but that's just my opinions. For the concealer itself, I mean, like I said earlier, I don't know if I like it, just because it really creased up in my fine lines. Like, I have fine lines, guys, but this concealer definitely just like creased up more than usual. Enjoyed this video, and yeah, before you leave, don't forget to subscribe and also click the bell notification so you can be notified whenever I upload. And yeah, I will catch you guys on my next one. Bye, babes.